So many of you have reached out to me for dietary support for hiatal hernia, and diet construction is a huge part of my work with my clients, so I'm happy to share this information with you. You may not know this about me, but I am an Ayurvedic practitioner, and if you don't want to know what Ayurveda is, that is okay. I'm just going to take literally one tiny moment to explain what it is. Ayurveda is a traditional form of medicine from India. We use emotional healing, digestive health, lifestyle, detoxification, dietary measures, and herbs to reverse disease and to keep the body healthy so that ultimately you can realize your unique purpose in this life and health issues will not be a distraction on your path. In our system, disease mainly comes from two places, the mind and faulty digestion. So emotional health and mindset is super important, and also the regulation of digestion and the enhancement of digestive strength is foundational to health. Lastly, the root of disease or cause of disease can be different for each person. So understanding the root is important in creating the optimal form of treatment. So one person may lose weight on a low carbohydrate diet, while another person may need rest and rejuvenation to prompt weight loss. This is why I'm really careful to specify that the type of hiatal hernia that I've been able to alleviate in literally hundreds of people is from the release of trigger points in the diaphragm. But if your cause of hiatal hernia is not from trigger points in the diaphragm, my exercises might not help you. If you don't know if they are or not, try my exercises. They're not going to hurt you. So in our understanding of diet, different foods benefit different people. Unfortunately, there's not a universal diet that benefits all people. And now science has even come to prove what this ancient system has been saying all along, which is that different foods can also even aggravate different types of diseases. For example, gluten, because of how it stimulates a chemical called zonulin, which is the chemical that controls the cellular junctions along the GI tract, can be aggravating for people who have dietary allergies and autoimmune diseases. Nightshades can be inflammatory for people who have rheumatoid arthritis. And dairy intolerance is often connected to eczema and psoriasis. So different foods can be aggravating to one person and be perfectly fine for the other. However, if your issue for hiatal hernia are trigger points, there are certain helpful foods to consider. Also, as I explained in my video, Release Hiatal Hernia and Emotions, a trigger point is essentially a group of muscle fibers that go into hypercontraction. We typically call them knots. So the question is, why would a trigger point form all of a sudden in your muscle? Why would it do it? The primary contributing factors are stress, improper breathing, poor diet, and poor nutrient assimilation. To learn more about stress management for hiatal hernia, check out my video, Hiatal Hernia and the Emotions. And to learn more about hiatal hernia and improper breathing, check out my video, Release Hiatal Hernia, where I will guide you through breathing practices to release the trigger points in the diaphragm. Now back to diet. As I said, there isn't a universal diet to prescribe for every person. You have to factor in your unique causes. For example, did you know that low hydrochloric acid in the stomach and high hydrochloric acid can produce the same symptoms, and yet their ideal foods would be different? One would need sours and foods to stimulate acid production, and the other would need alkaline foods to calm acid production. Of course, you want to get out of the pain, so eliminate the foods that are most likely to aggravate you if you know of them. If those are the ones that are typical for acid reflux that raise acid production, like alcohol or caffeine, spicy foods, I don't need to go into an acid reflux diet. Just do a Google search for an acid reflux diet and it'll be there. But what I actually want to bring to your awareness is something that you may not have thought about before, and that is minerals. So muscle contractions and relaxations rely on minerals, specifically potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium are the four key players. Deficiencies in any one of these key minerals can lead to muscle cramping and contractions. Of these, magnesium is considered the mother mineral because assimilation of all the other minerals depend on it. In other words, if you're magnesium deficient, you will not assimilate the other minerals very well. Thus, a diet that is optimal for hiatal hernia caused by trigger points in the diaphragm would be looking to optimize the assimilation and balance of these four key minerals. Also, check your vitamin D, which is needed for optimal mineral absorption as well. Magnesium, potassium, sodium, and calcium are essential for optimum cell health, but are also the ones that are most likely to be out of balance. These minerals work in pairs and flow in and out of the cells constantly, or they should. The natural place for sodium and calcium is outside of the cell, while magnesium and potassium is inside the cell. So anything that changes that polarity can cause stress at a cellular level and stop the cells from doing their job and keeping you healthy. And stress is the number one deficient of magnesium, reduces the absorption of magnesium and creates deficiencies. So when your minerals are disrupted, it leads to electrolyte disruption altogether. And 95% of us are seriously depleted in potassium, while 75% of us are seriously depleted in magnesium. So what are the symptoms of magnesium deficiency? Low energy, chronic fatigue, mental lethargy, poor memory, concentration, depression, anxiety, stress, tension, headaches, low energy, poor recovery from working out, and then magnesium-rich. The best foods for your digestion are your plant foods, your vegetables, especially green ones, pulses, seeds, nuts, and fruits. Those are the ones that are most healing for your body and for digestion. The word vegetable comes from the Latin to enliven or animate. So just as our red blood cells are rich in iron, the plant's blood equivalent, which is chlorophyll, is also rich in magnesium. So lots of leafy green vegetables. Because the sun produces the chlorophyll in the plant, we also eat some of that sun energy every time we eat vegetables. But the sad fact is that now, due to intensive farming and poor soil, it's very difficult to get enough magnesium from our diet alone, despite all the vegetables we may or may not be eating. So this doesn't mean that you should randomly start supplementing these things just yet. You need to consider if your digestion is working properly, which if you have hiatal hernia, it is not, and that's going to also impact the assimilation of these minerals and create sort of this downward spiral. Dehydration also can lead to trigger points, which then if you're drinking more water and you're still feeling thirsty or still have dry skin, then that would mean that you've got this imbalance of electrolytes in your body, of which sodium plays a huge part in that. So instead of just drinking plain water, you can add a twist of lime, and a little bit of salt will help your body to hold on to the water in your body. In addition, the water-soluble vitamins B1, B6, B12, folic acid, and vitamin C also can contribute to these trigger points. So making sure that you're getting a lot of those vitamins is very important. In my practice, I help my clients by building a customized dietary program based on their unique mind-body constitution. If you are interested in working with me, I'd love to offer you a free consultation. I'm doing these for free right now. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be. There is a catch too. One, you have to have a digestive issue, skin disorder, immune system problem, or want to lose weight, and you are looking for a program or a system to help you get there. My specialty is detoxification, rejuvenation, emotional health, and gut healing. Secondly, to get the consultation, you have to watch my masterclass, which is the 5 keys to awakening your body's natural ability to heal. And at the end of that masterclass, you will find directions on how to book a free consultation with me. In the meantime, here are some simple practices that can help your digestion to stay strong. 1, only eat when you're hungry. 2, eat at regular meal times. Eat sitting down and avoid mindless snacking. Allow 8 to 12 hours to pass between your last meal of the day and your first meal of the day. Eat fruit alone. Allow 1 hour to pass after eating fruit. Eat in a calm mindset. Sit down to eat. If you have digestive issues, pay special attention to your thoughts when you are eating. Avoid drinking a lot of liquid with your meals. Chew your food. Did you know that chewing increases serotonin and stimulates the vagus nerve? Chewing is also the first phase of digestion. Do not eat until you are overly full. You should feel comfortable after a meal and be able to get up and walk around. Do not eat after 8 p.m. at night. Also, eat seasonal foods that are local as much as possible. Favor a plant-based diet with small amounts of dairy and protein. Sip on warm waters between meals to aid digestion. Never drink ice cold beverages. Strictly avoid processed foods and fast foods. If you are overweight, that is another thing to really consider in all of this. Hiatal hernia can be caused by being overweight, and with or without a hiatal hernia, it would be wise to resolve this. Thank you for your time and attention today. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it. Subscribe to my channel, and you can also find me on Instagram. My personal account is Monica Yearwood, or also my business account, which is Hamza Ayurveda. You can see all the links to all of this in the masterclass below. Thank you.